I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 77 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your host, Kam.
I'm your host, Flowz.
And as usual, please make sure you check us out on all the streaming platforms. If you go onto our Instagram and our Twitter pages, there'll be a little pop-up popping up just about now. That will direct you to, we got to get in tune with that. That will take you to our pages, and there's a link in the bio of both of those platforms there. And that has all of our links, or whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, whatever's your fancy, we're on it. Make sure you subscribe, like, leave us a review, comment, all that good stuff. We're friendly people in it, so interact with us, you get me? Man, how you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, a bit tired, but we here, there's boxing to review and boxing to preview and talk about. So, you know me, man, I'm always make sure I turn up. There's a lot to discuss, some controversy. Boy, it was yesterday was another stacked evening of boxing. I think gave us the full works. You got title fights, knockdowns, poor judging, a lot to get into. This is obviously we're going to talk about the Danny Jacobs John Ryder card that was in Ali Pali. It's good to see boxing return to Ali Pali. It's been, I think, 12 years, bro. I think it's been about 12 years since there was the last. Yeah, I think that's what Hearn was saying. Like the last fight night at Ali Pali was 12 years ago. So it's obviously it's a historic venue in it. So it's good that they've sort of resurrected it for the boxing, because I think obviously usually it's been used for like the darts and whatnot. But it's good to have boxing back there. Nice venue. Man, let's start, I guess, from the bottom of the card up. We'll work our way up till we get to the main event. Which fight did you start watching? Which fight did you start with the card when you jumped in?
I tuned in from Scotney versus Georgelina Guanini.
Good pronunciation there, bro.
I'm half Italian, so
yeah. Not like you practiced it beforehand. Or something cool. Yeah.
Is she Italian? I don't even know if she's Italian.
Well, she better be after you just said that.
Nah, she's Argentinian. I can't lie.
To be fair to you, there are a lot of Italians in Argentina, Italian descent people in Argentina. So I'll allow you. But
we're giving you that geography knowledge as well, people. Not just boxing. This is a world title fight, wasn't it, for Scotney's title? I think it's one of them useless. Let me not say useless titles. I don't think it's a proper title.
IBO thing.
Intercontinental.
Oh, okay. One of those. You get a belt for it regardless. It was a good fight. Yeah, it's a good fight. It always is when it comes to women.
And once again, I just want to say, 2-minute rounds does women's no favors. It does allow for all action rounds. I will say that. But like I mentioned in the last episode, where I don't think it benefits the elite fighters. Yeah. Good scrap, entertaining. It was a 10-rounder. And Eddie Scotney, I think she'll learn a lot from that. It was a full fight. She kind of seemed lost in styles. When she was boxing at range, she looked good. She was keeping her at bay. But Guanini was applying a lot of pressure and investing into the body super well, especially in the latter rounds. She started to slow Scotney down with going to the body. She cut Scotney early on. But I feel if it was 3-minute rounds, Scotney's class and skill would have seen her win a lot more rounds.
I was going to say, when you say if it was 3 minutes, it can swing both ways, right? Because like you said, it could have either been Scotney's class and skill will show, the superior class and skill will show for her to then just piece her up in those rounds. Or the opposite could happen in the sense that if it was 3-minute rounds, the pressure that Giuliani was applying could have caused Scotney to wilt, potentially, if it could have gone the other way.
Yeah, it could have, but I could clearly see Guanini's tactic was to guard it and apply pressure for 2 minutes. All action for 2 minutes. Especially early on, just go out there, try and rough her up, get in on the inside, work. Yeah. Work hard for 2 minutes.
Because she can.
Because she can. And then she can go back and rest.
Yeah.
And then maybe to the latter half, that's when she started employing, okay, I need to be smarter, and then just going to the body to try and slow Scotney down and preventing her from moving as such. So it was good tactics on her behalf. Like, I mean, you play by the rules. You're
given.
You
of
have
course.
to, which is smart. Like, you can't complain. Of course, if it was 3-minute rounds, it's a different ball game, but you work with what you're given, and she works to it well. I mean, I don't know if you saw the decision at the end. Scotney got it. I think the judges had it like 95, 94, something.
So close
like,
fight.
Maybe 96. But then Scotney had a point deduction in the 10th, and I thought it was a close fight. I think I maybe had Scotney winning by 1, and with that point deduction,
makes it a draw. Okay.
I thought maybe a draw. Yeah, it's
a bit of a techie one, but at the same time, it's a home fighter gift, which is standard with boxing in that sense. If it's a close, the unwritten rule, unfortunately, in boxing is if it's a close fight, is my mate. I'm laughing because obviously I know what we're going to discuss later on, but the unwritten rule is if it's a close fight, the home fighter will get the W. That's the sort of unwritten rule. And I guess with this fight, it was clear that's sort of what happened. Judges had it close. They just nicked it to Ellie. Obviously, her being in front of her home fans, etc. So, yeah.
Even pre the scorecard because, 94, 95, 96, 94, 96, 94.
So, mega close. Okay, yeah.
And obviously, then you consider the point deduction, and I just felt maybe because Guanini was working. She was working well. I felt for her, but I could see it going either way almost. I just thought with the point deduction, maybe tighter, maybe closer to a draw. But once again, Scotney's only had this is a full fight learning experience. You take it and run with it. And like I say, man, a lot of these fighters need to get active and have tests, and this is a good test and this is good activity for us.
So. I want to highlight as well, because it's something we mentioned before, just how sick the women's divisions are in the sense that you could be, this is her full fight, you said, and she's really fighting for a minor belt. Do you know how, I mean, like it's so active down there in terms of for women, in the sense that by fight 10, you like the norm is that by fight 10, a woman would have had at least 3 or 4 actual world title fights and multiple division unifications and whatnot. Like they move at a rapid pace, lightning pace. So almost there isn't really any room to learn even, because it's like big fight next. Like it's got to be challenging for a full-fledged belt within the next 2 or 3 fights, I'm sure. Like that's how fast it tends to move for the women's game. I think that's testament because a lot of them have extensive amateur backgrounds as well. Yeah.
A lot of them have been in the amateurs. It's not like they're just jumping into the boxing scene and going pro. A lot of them have done the amateur circuit, and that way they can move a bit quicker. Yeah. Some of the young stars, up-and-comers, they've all had a bit of amateur experience. So it always holds them in good stead. But it was a good fight. It was a good fight. A slight gift, I think. A lot of people felt she lost online, but it was a close fight. It was a good fight. And that's what we want to see, to be honest. She'll learn from it. And that's what we're all about.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Let's move on to the next fight, I guess, that was sort of on the billing of the next main one. And I believe that was Felix Cash versus Magomed Madiev. This fight was up at, I think, super middle? Or was it middle?
I think it was middle.
Yeah, middle. Okay,
so I'm not even sure. Cash is middle.
I think it's middle. It's middle. Yeah,
I think it's middle.
This I was really looking forward to this fight, to be honest. Only because I like Felix Cash. From what I've seen of him, I do like him a lot, and I knew that this. Obviously, Herm was talking about how this is actually obviously Cash has been out of the ring for 10 months. So it's his longest layoff of his career, and he's gone straight into an opponent that is not only unbeaten but fairly highly regarded as well as being a tough opponent in this Magomed Madiev. Obviously, an unbeaten Russian is nothing to take lightly, as we know. Over there, they don't play in it. These Russian fighters with extensive amateur backgrounds are just they're warriors, they're machines. So yeah, a bit of a tough out for Cash in his first fight back in 10 months. And this might have been this potentially was fight of the night, you know. Potentially, yeah. You could, if you would say fight of the night, this might sneak it. It was a really, really enjoyable fight, and a fight that sort of had everything. To be honest, Cash has started this fight really, really well for me. He's boxed at range. He's used the jab really well. I think you can tell from round one that it was quite a high-level fight between both of them, in the sense that they were both trying to establish the jab early. But what I liked about what Cash was doing was he established center ring from early, and he stayed in the center. He made sure that he was the guy in the center, and he was one working behind the jab quicker and beating, I guess, Madiev to the punch. Purely the fact that he's a taller, rangier fighter, so he was able to keep him out on range. And I think Madiev was finding difficulty trying to sort of, I guess, maneuver around Cash's jab, but he was still able to come inside and hit him with body shots and whatnot. So yeah, I've liked what Cash was doing from round one. I thought to myself, this is the right tactic. You're the bigger guy, you're the taller, rangier fighter. Work behind the jab, catch him at range, etc. And so round two, I'm seeing the same pattern. Cash establishing center ring, boxing beautifully behind the jab, boxing and moving when he had to, etc. And out of nowhere, this Madiev brother hits him with a hook and drops Cash. And I'm just like, rah, well, Blocker, where's that come from? Probably took me by surprise, bro. I didn't see it coming. I honestly didn't see it coming. It came out of nowhere.
Legit knockdown, like I said.
Legit, yeah.
Solid.
Glove touched the ground. It looked heavy. It didn't look heavy.
Bad.
But Cash bounced straight back up, and he's got it. And what I was surprised was the fact that Cash was able to bounce up quickly, and he got his legs back really, really quickly. Like his recovery speed was really good.
Given the fact that Madiev was onto him heavy,
straight
on top of it,
right?
Like the way Madiev pressed him, I was like, Cash, I don't know if you're gonna survive this round, because he didn't clinch.
Bro. He didn't clinch. He wasn't clinching.
He wasn't clinching.
He was trying to box him. Yeah. Even Andy Lee was saying he needs to hold. He needs to hold. Like hold. Cash wasn't doing that. And yeah, Madiev was all over him like a rash. So I thought, oh, he do what? At one point, I was like, he will do very well to survive this for his Cash. And then a couple of seconds later, I was praising Cash because I'm seeing him turn it around, almost shades of, remember with the first Wilder Fury fight when Wilder knocked Fury down and then Fury sort of came back later on in the rounds and then I guess won the rest of the round. Cash sort of did that. Like he was able to start boxing my man. His legs came back really quickly and he got back on doing his boxing and moving sort of thing. And I remember like the end of round two, they were both swinging. Do you remember? They were both swinging at it. They both caught each other at the end, I think, of round two.
Was that end of round two or round three?
I thought it was round two, but it might have been. I don't know.
I remember what happened.
There's a point where they were both swinging and they both caught each other, and I was like, okay, this is
Madiev looked. I think Madiev looked a little wobbled.
He did. That's why I was like, okay, that might have been round three to be fair, but yeah. So okay, since the knockdown, obviously, so one knockdown, so that's a 10-8 round, obviously to Madiev, and literally the pattern of the fight, bro, to me was, I felt this was a 10-rounder. Up until round 10, I think I gave every single round to Fia's Cash. No joke. I mean, you might find one or two, maybe one you can give to Madiev in there. But I think for me, the general consensus that I saw while I was watching, Fia's Cash was boxing behind the jab, piecing on Madiev, and just looked the superior boxer to me on the night. I thought Madiev looked a bit crude at times. He didn't really know what to do. It was that same try and come in, try and come to the body, try and counter him, but it wasn't really landing. He wasn't really finding Cash. Cash to me was able to negate the bulk of Madiev's work with his superior footwork, movement, and jab, etc. And fast combinations. He had a quicker hand speed. So I actually liked what Cash was doing in there. He did get sloppy sometimes. He was caught sometimes. But for the most part, I had him winning the rounds personally for me. We now get to round 10 now. And once again, I mentioned how Cash got a bit sloppy sometimes, got caught, but was able to sort of ride it out. But in round 10, he got caught again, and this time it dropped him again. So second time knockdown, round 10. And this time, unlike the second round, where he was able to recover mad quick, this time, as soon as he got up, I don't know if you noticed, bro, his legs were still wobbled. I thought, yo, He has not recovered. The thing is, this one looks even softer. This knockdown looks softer than the second round knockdown. I don't know if to me, anyways, it didn't seem that hard.
He didn't fully go down. Like he went on the ropes.
Yeah, he held it. Yeah.
It didn't seem like he went like he got dropped.
Yeah, but obviously it was something because his legs were gone, and this is why I was creasing because when the referees waved him out to fight, I kid you not, Madiev has sprinted to my man. He has ran to my man, started unloading, and then Cash. That's when Cash started holding, and Cash was holding so much in that 10th round that the referee actually had to deduct a point now to Cash. Like he took away a point from Cash. So it's like, crap, okay, so this is now it's gone from a 10-8 round to a 10-7 round. It could be closer. This obviously makes it a bit closer with the judging. But yeah, that 10th round was tough because Cash was really like, he could have got another point deducted, because he was, even after the referee told him not to hold and took away a point, he was still holding. You notice
he held that whole round. He held that whole round.
Up until the last 10 seconds. That's when he started letting his hands go. Yeah. He was really risking it, but sometimes you got to do whatever you got to do, bro. Sometimes you got to do whatever you got to do. And to be fair, the referee, it's rare to see ref take away 2 points like in quick succession. Doesn't really happen too tough, but yeah, he was still sort of playing the line in terms of what's legal and what's not legal. In the end, we get a UD. Yeah, it was a UD. It was a UD for Felix Cash. I think judges had it 94, 93, or 95, 92. I actually had the same scorecard. I think I had 95, 92. And I thought, yeah, it was fair. Even though he got knocked down twice and he had a point deducted, because he won pretty much all the rounds apart from those 2 rounds where he got dropped. He had more than enough on the scorecard for me to win. So I wasn't unhappy with the decision. He did survive by the skin of his teeth, but overall, to me, it was a decent performance for him against a tough opponent. What are your overall thoughts over how he performed and just whether the judging was correct?
I thought Cash won. I had Cash winning. He's been dropped twice by a guy who's known to be a puncher, which is a bit peak.
True.
And it's because of his own sloppiness. Let's be real.
Yeah, he got sloppy.
He got sloppy. The first knockdown, his
hands were down.
He dropped his hands. His hands was down. I don't know why. He got sloppy, and then later on he got sloppy again. I thought I had it 94, 93. I think I gave Madiev 1 other round.
Okay.
A lot of people felt Cash lost or Cash should have lost, but I think that's a lot of people getting their maths wrong with the knockdowns and
do you know even Hearn said 95, 92 is impossible.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. I don't. This is the problem. People don't. I don't know how they do their judging. They worked it out wrong. 95, 92 is the best possible result.
It is. It is possible. I was thinking, how can Hearn be saying this? Like, boxing. Like, it's the maths. Like,
if you win maths. 8 rounds, if
80 points,
there's 8 more rounds in the 10 round. He's only dropped the 2 rounds.
Exactly.
He's got a point deducted. The maximum points he can still get is 95.
Exactly. So I was baffled when people were saying that's not possible. It's very much possible.
It is possible. I think that's why people were saying, it was outraged because they were getting their maths wrong. 95, 92 is possible.
That's why I had personally.
And it's not even outrageous to give him that because you could arguably say he won all those 8 rounds, but some of them were close rounds, I felt. So I think I gave 1 to Madiev, like I said. So I did 94, 93. And I think that's where the controversy was from social media, where people said, how did Felix Cash win that? Just purely because they got their maths wrong. But outside of those 2 rounds, he boxed well. There was some sloppy moments where he was getting caught, but he boxed well. I think I called for him to make a statement because once again, he's been out of the ring for so long. And I've been demanding statements from all these guys.
He's brand new to you.
Brand new, and when you're brand new and he's saying he's the best middleweight in the country.
Yeah.
He's saying he beats Leon Williams.
Let's address this. Yeah, let's address this because obviously there's been a lot of beef, I guess. Well, something's brewing between these UK middleweights right now. Eubank is there. He's there. You know who we're on about. All the guys that are about basically in the division. Parker. Yeah. There's a lot of talk basically about who's the best middleweight in the country and whatnot. Yeah, Parker's been very bullish. Well, I thought Zach Parker was super middleweight. Maybe I'm wrong.
He's super middleweight.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But obviously, to be fair,
Eubanks, where's Eubank? What's he on? He's super middle, right?
He's technically middle. He's technically middle, yeah.
But you see, when you guys are all calling out Canelo,
that's the thing. And to be fair, historically, as we can see, with super middle and super middle, it's very easy to go up and down. Yeah. There's actually not much difference between both of them.
160, 168. Yeah.
It's nothing. It really isn't anything. So, they're all, I guess, we're putting them all in the same boat. Zach Parker's been very bullish. I know he's been calling out Eubank for time, saying he's been ducking him. Liam Williams, obviously, Eubank just dealt with him, but Hearn's been bigging up Cash, saying he feels like he's the best in the country. He beats Eubank. Yeah, off this showing, I mean, from what you've seen of Cash, do you rate him? Do you feel like, was a statement made for you or not really? Not yet. He still needs. Not still got more to go.
Not statement made, but it's a good performance and a good learning performance, especially with the long layoff. I've been a huge fan of Cash. The Denzel Bentley fight, I backed him. I said he's gonna win. He smoked my man. Yeah, I said he's gonna win. I think from what I've seen from both guys, I'm more impressed with Cash, and I think Cash will win. And I think Cash will go on and do well. I think that fight was mainly down to inactivity, and it's good for him to be tested. We don't want it feeding, fighting tomato cans kind of thing.
That's the thing, and also he would have learned from that fight 100%. 100%. He got sloppy in a major way twice and he got punished twice. So he will know about if he goes up a level, he can't do that again. So he'll be switched on throughout now.
First time he's been down in his career. So coming back from being down and winning the fight is something you learn from automatically. It's an experience. Yeah. So that will hold him in good stead in the future. Yeah. I'd like to see him have one more fight that maybe mix it in with Liam Williams.
I agree. I don't feel like he's quite ready yet, but one more fight will do some good before. But I do see potential in him. I really do like him, what I've seen from him. He boxes very well on the back foot, front foot, works behind the jab. I like that. Quick hands. I question his power, but we'll see. Yeah, go on.
I need to stick my neck out.
Go on.
If he fights Eubank, he beats him.
Right now?
Whenever they fight, he beats him.
What does it say? You go right now or what? Okay.
I don't think he'll fight right now, so that's why I would say.
Nah, they won't fight right now. Eubank won't look at him at all.
When they do fight, he beats him. Or if they do fight, he beats him.
If they do. Interesting.
And I was going to say that even before the fight. Yeah. Even before the fight, I was thinking, from what I've seen of Felix Cash, and from what I'm seeing from Eubank, they're getting mix it in. But once I didn't want to say it before the fight because my man's not forced in like however long, so I didn't want to say it. But I've seen him now, and his fundamentals are good for me. Yeah, he got sloppy, but I don't know if that's ring rust or he didn't rate my man. He should have rated my man anyway. Yeah, but and his powers of recovery looks good there as well. Yeah, but the only question mark is that this guy ain't a puncher.
Yeah, he isn't a puncher. Tough guy though. Tough guy, tough. but yeah, he wasn't really known for his his punching power.
Felix Cash is still young. He's got his whole career ahead of him. Is he young? I'm just saying he's young. I don't know.
I think he's like 27, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's got time. Yeah. And more of these fights, man. It's good to see.
Yeah. Wow. Cool. Yeah, fair enough. Shout out to Cash. Well done, good win. I look forward to seeing what you got for us next.
I will say though, go on. You can't be taking risks because in a 10-round fight, if you're getting dropped twice to get a point,
it's risky, innit?
You're taking a risk.
Yeah.
In a 10-round fight, you're taking a risk.
100%.
You have to make sure you're winning every round, and he did win every round. But with the way judging is nowadays, like I gave one round to Madiev, like I said. Yeah. Lose another round, that's a draw. Yeah. So, but he done his thing. And I think the controversy was purely because people didn't know their maths.
Couple set 8 people, yeah. It's terrible. terrible. Do your maths, people. All right, cool. Next fight on the list was on the card was Johnny Fisher, the Romford Bull. Yeah, man. Johnny Fisher, Gabriel against Gabriel Enguema. Yeah. Bit of a step up fight for Johnny Fisher. Even though this guy's got a losing record, this Enguema brother is the Spanish heavyweight champion, and he's been in there with the likes of Oscar Rivas. I think he took Rivas a distance. So obviously Rivas has fought, at like a high level. I think Rivas is current bridgeweight champion, actually. So yeah, he's a world level opponent. He took him the distance. So it was seen as a big step up for for Johnny Fisher. And we can see that, to be honest. It was a tough fight for him. He got the W, deservedly so. But this Enguema guy, obviously, he wasn't here to lay down. He was very game. He came forward. Probably the first time I've seen Johnny Fisher on the back foot at times. This Enguema guy was quite crafty in there as well in terms of being able to roll over shots. And, you know, I think Fisher telegraphed his punches a bit too easy sometimes, and Enguema was able to roll with it, and etc. And yeah, he cut Fisher as well, actually.
Early on, first round.
Early on, yeah.
First round, I believe.
Yeah, it was the first. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, it was a tough. It was a tough outing for Johnny Fisher, but once again, because it was a big step up for him, he would have learned so much from that fight. The experience he would have gained from that fight. In fact, he should even run it back with him again. He could.
I think you were quite convincingly there.
Oh, you thought it was going to be? If you compare this guy to the other opponents, he was definitely a lot more.
In terms of learning, 100%.
He could run it back. I'm not saying he shouldn't run it back. I'm saying like if he ran it back with him, I wouldn't be mad. Like because he would have he would have learned so much from fighting this guy. Well, a lot more than the previous 4 opponents that he fought, definitely. But yeah, like I said, it was a deserved UD win. Like I was happy with the scorecard. I was happy with everything really in terms of like I think the scorecards were calm from what I remember. But yeah, I didn't have an issue with that. But yeah,
no controversy there for me. Obviously, I think he draws such a huge crowd. There's a lot of pressure. He's co-headline.
Yeah,
in his fourth fight,
sixth fight,
co-headline after fight. Yeah, well, less than 10. And he's a lot of pressure. He draws a huge crowd. He's going in there, and obviously we want to see knockouts. I think he was trying to go for the knockout, and this Enguema guy was quite crafty in there. He was like,
very crafty.
If you're going to trade, I'm going to trade with you, and if you're not going to be accurate with your punches, I'm going to try and time you in those exchanges.
Yeah.
And what's good about Johnny Fisher, he has a lot more tools in his toolbox than just power. And I think from like the third round, I said what Johnny Fisher needs to do here is just get on his back, not get on his back foot, but just box. Keep it at range, you focus on his jab, get his jab off, box and move. He won't get the knockout, but he'll get the win comfortably. And he was doing that in parts. And obviously at times when he thought he saw him hurt, he tried to rush in and get him out of there. But Nguema's used to those. He's used to being in the heat of battle, clearly. He looks like that's when he came alive. That let me trade back. Maybe I can catch him here. But yeah, good performance from the one for Brook, Johnny Fisher. I think like you say, he learned a lot from that one, and that would hold him in better stead than all the fights he's been having where he's knocking people out.
100%. And one thing I noticed about him as well, even he doesn't look it, but he's actually deceptively a good mover, Johnny Fisher. Yeah. He's not deceptively. He doesn't look like he'd be the best mover, but he's actually quite decent at moving.
You can see he likes it as well.
You see the way the little bounce he was doing. It was the last. It was a final round, the 6th round. Where I was like, this guy's loving this low key. Like he was doing a little shuffle. He was on his toes, bouncing up and down. Quick little change of direction. Yeah,
looking at the jab.
I could tell he rates himself when he does that. I could tell he rates himself. I enjoyed seeing that.
And we like to see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, Joe, I see that. You got more notches in your arrow, man. I rate that still. I rate that. I like that. So shout out to him. But yeah, good learning fight for him. I mean, Herman was even saying he was even worried about whilst obviously during the fight, he was thinking, rah, maybe we have put in an opponent that's too difficult for him right now. But the trajectory is only gonna be up in it. So he's had this now. Maybe he needs more opponents around this level or slightly above this level for him to keep learning. Like I said, he's only 5 fights in, so it's still early days for him. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how far he goes, man. He looks like he might have something, a little bit of something.
Yeah, my worry is they obviously want to get him 6 times out this year, which is good. I want him to keep doing that, and like I said, he's already co-headlining the main event. Yeah,
he's got a bit. I'm pretty sure most of the fans were there for him.
Exactly, it's scary. Like not scary, but it's like you can see what path they're trying to build him up to.
Yeah,
to be a star, to be a headline, to be the zone are saying pay-per-view now.
Crazy.
I hope not. Oh, actually, they won't with him until he becomes a mega superstar, which is good. But yeah, just get him active and get him out there and fighting people.
Yeah.
Get to 20 fights before you step up, if that's the case. No need to rush.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at him now and trying to pit him against the current like main guys of the division. Impossible.
Oh yeah, of course not. Yeah,
like there's so much more learning to do. There's so much more development to do for him.
There's no need to rush, man. There's no need to rush any of these young heavyweights. Yeah, 100. Yeah,
I've seen people already. I see someone trying to outline a possible fight with Joe Joyce or something.
Joe Joyce.
Like after like next year, I was like, nah, you guys need to relax.
Yeah, sure. Relax, man.
Like he needs to go through the motions, go through each level.
Yeah.
Do it all. English, European, all of
Commonwealth. Yeah. That path. Yeah.
And that's not even this year. That might not even be next year. He's 22.
Yeah.
That might not even be next year. So
yeah,
take your time with him. Let him develop. Let him learn. Because we've seen a lot of prospects who were built up. David Price, he was meant to be a big. He was meant to be a big deal. Ollie Harrison, Olympian, meant to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Like we know
Fraudly.
Good learning fight for him.
Yeah.
I liked what I saw. I liked the fact he changed his tactics midway. I thought, let me box this guy.
Yeah.
Works well. I would have liked to, I think, 6 rounds. Seeing us full 6 rounds helps him maybe start seeing a few more rounds down the line as well.
Up to 8, 10. Yeah. And eventually he'll get to full 10. I mean, it's full 12. Facts. Okay.
Yeah, that's the first time he's going to be on 4. So
yeah, that's first. Yeah, exactly. First time taken to the distance. We'll see how he gets on. He looks like a good prospect. To be fair,
he talks well as well. He's got charisma.
Yeah, he does.
Slow as hell, but yeah, he talks well.
Aki said all of them are slow as hell. You're rude.
But all these heavyweights have been taking so many punches. The way they all
It's true.
All of them.
Yeah, it's true. All right, boom. The main event, man. Let's get to it. A lot to unpack with this one still. John Ryder, Danny Jacobs. So I caught this fight today. I wasn't able to watch it yesterday, so I caught it today. I'll go for my breakdown first, obviously, I guess. First couple rounds, in fact, no, I'll jump straight in, and say the first 6 rounds. The first 6 rounds, I've seen Danny Jacobs put on a boxing clinic against John Ryder, to be honest. Switch hitting, orthodox, southpaw, whichever way he wanted to do it, he was doing it. Boxing behind the jab, sitting down on his punches and catching Ryder as Ryder was trying to come in, catching Ryder from range. Just you could see in that first 6 rounds, the level at where Danny Jacobs has boxed before, and unfortunately the level that John Ryder's been at. He showed levels. It wasn't like truly dominant, but it was dominant enough for me to be like, okay, clear round for Jacobs. Clear round for Jacobs again. Oh, third time, clear round for Jacobs again. Ryder, to me, in the opening 6 rounds, was smothering his own work. He wasn't able to get he wasn't really able to get anything off, because every time he would look to come in, because the fight played out how I expected it to play out, in terms of Ryder was obviously going to try and come in close range and try and batter the body and try and rough up Jacobs on the inside. But every time he was doing that, he was just getting tied up by Jacobs each time. Jacobs was like, every time, oh, you want to do that? Cool, grab you, or whatever. Or Ryder was tying himself up and smothering his own work. So he wasn't really effective in that first 6 rounds. And he was being caught by Jacobs every time, sometimes coming in, or there'd be times when they were on the inside, then Jacobs was the one beating him up on the inside. And that doesn't really happen. Like, it's not meant to happen in that way. So for the first 6 rounds, bro, I thought Jacobs kind of had his way with John Ryder. And the first round I actually gave to John Ryder, the first round he actually woke up and did something, was round 7. Round 7, he's been able to finally get on the inside and find some success. I don't really know what happened in that round 7 for Jacobs' perspective, but Ryder was able to, I guess, the crowd backing him, and he first landed one big shot, and that sort of G'd him up. And then he carried on, like it was just like a barrage of punches on the inside, where he was able to get on the inside, get Jacobs stopped jabbing as effectively as he was before. And Ryder was able to get on the inside and start to rough up Jacobs on the inside and do some work on the inside, and it was catching him. Hooks to the body, uppercuts, overhand shots, etc. on the inside. And it was really effective. I could tell Jacobs didn't really like it. And this happened again in the 8th round as well. The 8th round was, I remember, it was a lot more back and forth. Jacobs, they were both swinging it out, But once again, the momentum, like Ryder had suddenly out of nowhere, bro. Ryder had all the momentum in the world. And he was just riding that wave of momentum from the crowd. And he was landing big shots and he was chasing Jacobs down. And it was looking like, and then again in the ninth round as well, same thing. And I'm there thinking, what the hell is going on? Daniel Jacobs is wilting right now. Like he's buckling. I think Ryder even hurt him in the ninth round. I think it was ninth or eighth or ninth where he caught him, and it looked like to me Jacob was hurt. Same thing, yeah, for you, right? So yeah, I'm there thinking, what's happened here? Like it's from losing 6 rounds in a row, you've now won 3 rounds back to back. This is looking very, very peak. Because I don't know what's going on with Danny Jacobs right now. Like he's completely wilting. I'm not too sure what's happened. Gets to the 10th round now, and Danny Jacobs brings it back. He was able to compose himself. I think he switched back to southpaw now in this round. And when he switched to southpaw, he was able to, I guess, start working behind the jab again, compose himself. He was able to box John Ryder again. And yeah, he sort of settled down again and sort of killed all the momentum that John Ryder built up in the past 3 rounds. He was able to sort of, cull that and then, get behind his boxing again. And for me, Danny Jacobs then took the last 3 rounds, 10, 11, 12, gave Danny Jacobs. Oh, wait, no. I might have given 12 to... I can't remember. I might have given 12 to 3. I don't know. But yeah, doesn't matter. Anyways, regardless, for me, Danny Jacobs won that fight.
Let me get my breakdown.
Comfortably.
Your turn. Very similar to yours. For me, the fight was a dull fight for the first 6 rounds because it was a clear golfing class. Yeah. I was watching this fight like, this is a bit boring, This is a snooze. Because I thought Ryder would apply the pressure.
Yes.
I thought Ryder would come and apply the pressure and make it rough and ugly, but he was very static. His output was low. He was waiting a lot, and when he did engage, Jacobs wrap him up, control him, and get out of there.
And then piece him up on the inside.
Piece him up. First 6 rounds, clear win for Danny Jacobs. I was even when what's his name, Gabe Rosado's scorecard came up, and he gave the first round to John Ryder. I was like, you're bugging.
No, he didn't. No, he gave it a draw.
Oh, he gave it a draw. Yeah,
gave it 10-10.
I was like, nope. That's not a draw.
Yeah, it wasn't a draw. Yeah,
that's clear for Danny Jacobs. There's 6 rounds on the bounce for Danny Jacobs. Then 7th round, something lit in John Ryder.
Bro.
And maybe I almost think Danny Jacobs was too relaxed in there. It's been an easy ride for him. He was cruising. He was relaxed in the 7th, and maybe he still didn't even rate John Ryder's surge because he was still standing there and he was getting caught a bit. 8th, the same thing. He was getting caught. He lost the 8th. Then the 9th, I think he actually got hurt. And it was right. I think maybe the 9th or 8th, he actually got hurt. And then it was like, okay, I might be in trouble. And he was struggling to recover. He looked like he could get stopped maybe.
Yeah.
So he's given away 3. I think I might have even given Ryder the 10th as well. I think I gave Ryder 4 rounds on the bounce. And I'm like, okay, now we have a fight. Like the first 6 rounds, whitewash. Next 4, John Ryder won, but they're still closer affairs because Jacobs was still landing. He was doing better than John Ryder was doing in the first 6. Anyway. Then the 11th, Jacobs. I think the 10th was close, but the 11th was close as well. But I gave it to Jacobs because Jacobs was doing a lot of good work. And what was vexing me was the commentary.
Bro, I was literally going to say, shall I tell you what, that 11th round, what pissed me off so much? And it happened for me the worst in the 11th round, Danny Jacobs would basically, John Ryder would land a big shot, a good shot. But this is after being tagged by 3 good shots from Danny Jacobs.
Yep.
But the commentators would just say, great shot from Ryder. And I was like, but hang on, he just got slapped 3 times with 3 good shots before he landed that 1 shot.
Bro, I thought my sound was out of sync.
And I was watching. Yeah.
I was watching and I thought my sound was out of sync. I was like, are we watching the same thing?
It happened about 4 times in the 11th. I couldn't believe it.
You know what made me deep that? My sound ain't out of sync because I'm hearing the punches land.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the punches now, and they're speaking over the punches.
And the thing is,
they're completely ignoring Jacobs' work.
And the thing is, the work was brilliant. It was really, really good work. I was more like, I was there thinking, wow, Jacobs. Yes, okay, he got caught, but he just landed 3 good shots. Like, what? Like, the commentators fully ignored it. Fully aired it and said, great shot from Ryder. Great shot from Ryder again. Ryder just got caught 3 times.
They'll get gassed by Ryder. Great shot. Brother, he's just eating a 4-piece.
No fries.
So a 4-piece. And in that exchange, maybe Ryder lands 1.
Yeah.
And they're screaming. I was like,
it was pissed out. That I clocked that annoyed me. I was like, nah, they're bugging.
Bro, I tweeted it. I was like, these commentators are moving nuts.
Yeah.
Completely ignoring Jacobs' work. I was like, nope, you're not fooling me. This is Jacobs' round.
Yeah.
This is Jacobs' round. And then the 12th I gave to Jacobs.
Yep.
So, like, now people.
So simple. I had
it 8-4.
8-4, or 9-3 or 7-5 at most, right?
7-5 at most, if I'm being generous.
Most. So we're there thinking. Generous. So now heading to the scorecards, we're thinking should be a good fight, but half Jacobs has won this. Like, we're all thinking, Jacobs, blah 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 blah. We hear split decision. I said, huh? Okay.
I was so confused when I heard one judge gave it to Ryder. I was so confused.
So split decision, you're thinking, okay, fair enough. Okay, but it should still be going to Jacobs' way. And then, they read out that 2 judges had it for John Ryder. The other 1 judge had it for Danny Jacobs, meaning that obviously John Ryder takes it via SD. And I'm thinking, no, that is so wrong. That is so wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not going to shout robbery. I thought you probably could shout robbery, but I'm not going to shout robbery because it was a competitive fight in the sense that Danny Jacobs did lose some rounds, and some of the rounds that he lost, he lost them badly. Like he crumbled in portions in that fight.
Yeah, he got hurt.
He got hurt. But he won more than enough rounds. And like you said, for me watching that fight, the maximum you can possibly give John Ryder was 5 rounds. Maximum. No more than 5 rounds. So I don't know how 2 of the judges have seen it that John Ryder's taken it over Danny Jacobs. That is a poor decision from the judges. I'm sorry. And I feel for Danny Jacobs there.
Bro, I couldn't even see how they gave it a draw. I just
can't. Yeah, it wasn't. It was a clear W for Danny Jacobs. Bro, in fact, it is a robbery. It's a robbery. It's a robbery.
You know what? Like, I don't like saying robbery because if it's a close fight where it
as in way, like 1 or 2 rounds, But for me, this wasn't even one. I had it at 8-4 and 9-3. Like it was wide. So it's not robbery.
I'm even questioning whether I could call it a close fight because the first 6 rounds weren't competitive. The last 6 rounds were.
The 6 rounds, the levels you saw for Jacobs was mad. Like I said, I expected. Where was the John Ryder that fought Callum Smith in the open? You know how he came and get Callum Smith like a bull.
He was missing.
Step to it. That first 6 round, he was so absent, so absent. I couldn't even see where he was getting schooled. It was a schooling,
bro. I said it's early contender for robbery of the year, and obviously I've seen worse decisions. I've seen wider decisions go against someone, but this one I simply cannot see how you can give John Ryder 7 rounds. I can't even I'm being generous and I say, okay, maybe here's a round for you, but I can't take a round of Jacobs and say this round that is Jacobs is John Ryder's. I can't do that.
And even the rounds that the few rounds we get to John Ryder, the rounds that we felt he won, Jacobs won his rounds more convincingly in the opening stanzas of the fight.
Yes.
Like, at least the rounds Jacobs, I mean, they were nice rounds in that he was able to bully Jacobs. Jacobs was still landing some good punches. John Ryder, in those opening 6 rounds that he lost, barely landed anything significant. He couldn't generate any offense because he got tied up every single time. I'm saying it is robbery. I'm sorry. Jacobs has been robbed in London. I can't lie.
I just can't, like, if let's say I could see, maybe you could give him this round. I've already given him the rounds I can give him.
Yeah.
Like, it's 8, I had it 8-4.
Yeah.
And one of the rounds I've given him is already contentious.
Yeah.
I'm giving him one other one, which was maybe a bit close. Yeah. I can't give him any more. Yeah. I can't because he did a Windows. He didn't even compete.
Yeah.
He worked to give him 7 rounds in that fight it was nuts to me.
Yeah.
I simply can't. even if you said it's a draw, I'll be like, what? No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, it's not.
Yeah. No,
that's why I say it's a robbery.
It's a very poor decision from the judges. I'm sorry.
Honestly, it's unanimous in terms of opinions. Everyone says.
I went on. So, bro,
I don't see how you can give it to John.
I went and checked the timeline. I bet because usually you see a lot of back, like you see like half and half or whatever. Even Brits were saying, love John Ryder, lovely guy, etc. But there's no way he won that fight. It's quite
boxing heads, fans.
Yeah.
Gabe Rosado was his enemy. Well, not his enemy.
Gabe Rosado was sat there. Gabe was saying that's a robbery. They asked him because obviously Conor Benn wasn't biased. Conor Benn was biased. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just happy he won." Blah blah. Obviously, John Ryder's his boy.
Conor Benn knew though.
He knew, but he They said to Gabe, "What are your thoughts on it?" Gabe started laughing. He said, "Why are you?" He said, "I'm laughing because he's just been robbed." He said, "Daniel Jacobs has just been robbed, but now he knows how I feel." I guess because obviously, and that's his op. They don't like each other. They got beef. So yeah. And I'm not bashing John Ryder here. Lovely guy. I've got nothing against John Ryder. And it's not us saying, blah, blah, didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve the W. That's nothing to take away from him. And obviously, I know it's a career win for him, etc. What I don't like is this notion of, John Ryder has been on the back of some bad scorecards in the past. So he's justified for this. No, that's not how it works. 2 wrongs don't make a right. I don't like that. No, I don't know, bro. I don't like that.
Man, preach it.
Brother, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I really don't like this whole, he was robbed previously in previous fights, so he deserves a shake now. No, he doesn't. And that's not me calling it. He doesn't deserve it. He lost. Simple.
You win the fights, you win. You can't.
I admit.
It's simple as that. If you win a fight, you have to win that fight. There's no, because you lost the last fight, here's a gift now. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. I'm not hearing that.
I'm happy for him.
But that's what everyone's saying. Like Hearn and they're all saying, he's been so unlucky with judges in the past, so he's due one. It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me. I can't lie. Like you win what you win in it. So yeah, man, it's weird.
Indictment on the sport that his whole career is riddled with crap scoring.
Yeah,
it's just bad on the sport.
It's not his fault. It's just the sport. But he didn't win that fight. Daniel Jacobs beat my man.
Yeah. I mean, credit to him. Like the rounds he did win, he was putting in good work. The uppercuts were beautiful in some of the inside exchanges.
Like I said, he had to start that. I don't know how in that first 6 rounds he allowed himself to be so easily smothered by Jacobs. I mean, Jacobs, I guess, is meant to be a class apart and has fought at a much higher level, and is a 2-time world champion. So yes, you do expect it to be the class in there, but he was just so absent. There was no fire in his eyes. Like he wasn't. I don't know. There was the aggression. He's meant to be an aggressive sort of guy. It was missing those first 6 rounds, and it finally clicked into gear. He probably knew because he was down. He knew that crap. I've let too many rounds go now. I really have to do something. And obviously the crowd's behind you and whatnot. He felt it. He got involved. But those first 6 rounds, man, it was bad. It was a bad look for him, man. It wasn't competitive at all. Jacobs looked easy for him.
That's why you can't sit there and say, it was a close fight. No. You can't lose 6 rounds and tell me it's the first 6 rounds to talk about close fight. Yeah. You can't. You didn't put him down.
Yeah.
Now the last 6 rounds were competitive. They were close. You won those. You won 4 out of 6 for me. You done brilliant work. But I can't sit there and say, you won that fight. I can't even say you drew. I can't. I like you. You're a good guy. I'm happy for you. But at the same time, it's at the detriment of another fighter who doesn't deserve to lose. Yeah, unfortunately. Let's talk about Jay Jacobs quickly because, we did sort of say that if he loses to John Ryder, it's peak for him. He might have to hang it up. He didn't actually deserve to lose this fight, to be fair to him. But I still don't like what I saw in those middle rounds. I won't lie, bro. I wasn't too. I was even worried. Just the way he gave those 3, I guess it was 3 for me. It was 3 rounds on the bounce and gave away. But the way he lost those rounds, the way he sort of almost wilted at one point and got hurt, and almost just I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if, like you said, did he sort of take a step back? Did he take his foot off the gas because he knew he was up and he thought it was easy work for him? I'm not too sure, but it just seemed out of nowhere, Ryder was able to get to him. He almost stopped at one point. He was getting hit and he was just standing there. He wasn't
It was weird. Like I said, I think I messaged you saying, "What's Jacobs doing?" What's he on?
I don't know if he didn't rate him. But
weird. It was just weird to me. Like I don't know. He was eating bangs and not throwing back. And I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing, bro? Like, do something. He looked confused. He looked backed. So I don't know, man. I feel like he didn't really hurt John Ryder, did he, either? And do you remember, like, in his career, Jacobs before was known as being a very powerful puncher. He's got a very high knockout ratio. But he hasn't stopped a guy in a long time, you know.
Maybe he's moving up. Maybe his power didn't translate to super middle. Maybe middle.
Even at middle, he wasn't like he stopped stopping guys towards. I don't know.
I didn't even consider him a hard punch at this point. So I'm thinking back a long time before he was stopping people.
Let me see what he's lost.
I don't even consider him a big puncher anymore.
He was considered a big puncher in the division back then, as in super middleweight. When he fought Golovkin, remember, he was known as he had like a similar knockout ratio to Golovkin. His last knockout. I'm not counting Chavez Jr. because Chavez Jr. sort of quit. I'm not counting Chavez Jr. because that was different. His last knockout was in 2016.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Like his last, it's all been like Luis Arias UD, Sulekis UD, Dovchenko SD, Alvarez obviously lost that fight. Then Chavez and Rizaldo SD. Yeah, he hasn't really. But this is, I guess, part of the decline that we've noticed from Danny Jacobs. He's kind of declined, as we can see. He still showed levels in there, portions, but I always felt like because he was catching Myron flush. Like I was hoping to see him at least stagger Ryder or at least show some killer instinct in there, but he didn't really have to be fair. Ryder wasn't really doing much, I guess.
Fielding stopped Ryder, didn't he? Did he stop him? Fielding stopped him. Rocky Fielding stopped Ryder, didn't he?
I think so. Let me check.
I don't know if it was a stoppage or not. I think, was it a bad stoppage?
No, it was an SD loss.
SD?
Yeah, he lost on SD.
Oh, it's Rocky Fielding. Who stopped Rocky Fielding? Callum Smith.
Callum Smith, that's when he did in one round.
Okay, yeah. That's the fight I'm thinking of, yeah.
Ryder's only KO loss has been to... Hang on, I got it here. Nick Blackwell.
He lost to damn, he lost to Nick Blackwell.
Yeah, knocked TKO. Yeah, I know who that is.
That's the guy you back.
Yeah.
And I hope Nick Blackwell's doing well, actually.
Yeah.
Easy. Okay, yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, Danny Jacobs.
I
didn't lose it. So, in fact, he didn't even lose. So
he didn't lose, but at the same time, I think it's time to retire.
Yeah.
Look, he's had a wonderful career, and this don't forget, this was eliminated. This was a final eliminator for Canelo's WBA. First of all, Canelo's not going to fight John Ryder. There was a lot of talk. John Ryder called out Canelo, you know. He was like, oh, yeah, hopefully we can get him over here. But
Eddie Hearn was saying Canelo's name. To
be fair, apparently Canelo really wants to fight in the UK. Apparently. So they might give him Ryder just as a UK, welcome to the UK sort of thing. But I don't know. But he's losing anyways, regardless. So,
of course, there's bare people calling out Canelo, and fair enough. But what disappoints me is Eddie Hearn saying, "Yeah, well, I guess he has to say it for his client."
Yeah, he has to. Yeah, he's got to say that.
But he's not doing that for Andre. That's what he needs to be doing for Andre. I was even deep in it the other day. Like Andre was at Canelo's press conference, and you as a promoter were trying to diffuse the situation and tell. He was basically trying to beg it with Canelo.
He told Andre he told him to leave.
Yeah, he told him to leave.
Yeah,
purely just to beg it with Canelo.
Yeah, we know. Yeah,
when he should have been trying to egg it on. I don't know. I don't like how Andre's been sitting on the sidelines with fights and whatnot. But anyway, back to this one. I agree. Yeah. Danny Jacobs should call it a day.
Had wonderful career. At one point, one of my favorite fighters at one point, I was really, really invested in his career and stuff. Beating cancer, we've mentioned it before. Amazing story. But I just, like we said, I don't see what more he can give now at super middleweight. He didn't lose this fight, but there was worrying portions for him in that fight. He never even wobbled John Ryder. Ryder is tough as boots. Yeah,
but I won't penalize him.
I won't reckon for that. Ryder is a tough guy, but I just don't see where else he can go. And it's a noticeable decline with Danny Jacobs. It's not the same Jacobs. It's not the same at all. Man, there's no shame. He's 36, 37 now. There's no shame in it, man. Yeah,
I feel a few of those middle rounds were his own doing as well. He didn't need to take those rounds off.
Yeah,
but I maybe didn't expect to be robbed. It was crucial.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
So I feel like it wasn't even the best performance of even a declining Jacobs. Because he was cruising. He was cruising. Yeah. It's just that at this point in your career, you can't be chasing fights off the back of robberies. That's a young man's thing.
Yeah.
You can't be trying to chase justice and try and use that to get back in the mix. That's gonna take like two years to get back on the trail of that. Actually, would you want a rematch? Of course, you're not getting a rematch. And why would you even rematch a John Ryder? That's not a big fight for you. Yeah. I think I said if he won, the only fight I really want to see him in is with Charlo. And
it's never going to happen anyway. So.
That's not going to happen. I don't want to see him run it with Canelo or any of these other guys, really.
Yeah.
So I just think sad way to go out, unfair way to go out, but call it a day. Like I wouldn't even hold this fight against you. I don't count this as a loss for you. Well, it is a loss, but everyone who watched it knows that you didn't lose that. And it's a sad thing about boxing, man. Sad thing about coming to the UK as well. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I'm not too happy about it as well. And John Ryder, obviously, he's put himself in position for a title shot. It probably won't be Canelo. I don't know if Canelo's going to come back down or whatever. We don't know what he's doing. But good win for him, I guess. A career, he has that career, even though it wasn't really a win, it's still a career win on his resume against a former two-time champion. So shout out to him with that one. We look forward to seeing if he does get a title shot or who he gets to fight next. Enjoy the moment, John. Because John was say he was bullish. He said if he loses this, that's him done. He doesn't. He said straight up, he will 100% retire if he loses this. There's nothing else for him to do. He doesn't fancy being on like the back, at the start of cards, fighting 8-rounders, 10-rounders and stuff, trying to work his way back up. This is it for him. So God bless him. God bless him. Yeah. God bless him yesterday.
Happy for him. I hear what people are saying. If anyone deserves a bit of luck, it's John Ryder. Yeah. Which is true. And he, even though we're saying robbery or a decision we don't agree with, he earned it in those middle rounds, I guess. Yeah. He gave them something to judge and
to talk about. Yeah.
It's not one of those robberies where you don't do anything and you get the decision. He actually gave him something, and it was impressive work. He hurt Jacobs. Yeah, and I even thought he could have stopped him at some points.
It looked like it. Jacobs would hurt. Yeah,
it looked like Jacobs could go down at some point. So he fought, and he won rounds. So fair play to him.
I want to see the actual judging breakdown of those first 6 rounds, because I thought there was
the scorecards are out.
All
over the place. All of them all over the place.
I don't know how. I don't know how you could not give Jacobs those first 6 rounds. It was so clear. It was so clear and concise to me. So I don't know.
I think I may be wrong, but Michael Benson posted it. But I think one of the judges gave 3 of those first 6 rounds to Ryder. One gave 2 of them to Ryder, and another gave 1 to Ryder.
Mad.
Look, there was no consistency between the judges' cards whatsoever. Yes,
fair enough.
And maybe we've said it before. Maybe judging needs to be more
objective. Yeah,
less objective. 100. So we know what they're scoring on.
Yeah. Fair enough. Is what it is. But yeah, good night to boxing. The matchroom fighters had some tests. Yeah, but it was a good card. Let's fast forward to this coming week. There's a big fight on Sky Box Office. Finally, it's happening. 8 years too late, but it's here. Brook, Amir Khan. I mean, I think we talked about this one bare times already without even without a fight being made. But this grudge match, that's 15 years in the making or whatnot. It's finally, I think it's a long time. Yeah. When was that video of when they sat down at ringside? Come on, Kel.
11 years ago.
Come on, Kel.
This beef started when they were in the junior league.
In the juniors, yeah. The way I come on, Kel.
Come on, Kel. I schooled Kel.
You know I boxed you. You know I schooled you.
I've never been schooled. The accents make the beef funnier.
Trust, the accents are so that they've got both very distinct accents and voices, it makes it more funny. Yeah, man, the build-up's been as you were expecting it. Heated, tense, spicy. A lot of needle, as we know, between these two. It is way too late for this fight to happen, but at the same time, it's here in it, and I'm a boxing fan. I'm very simple. I'm very easy to please, to be honest. If there's genuine needle, I will get involved, and there still is genuine needle between both of them. And I personally feel like, you know, win or lose, they should both retire afterwards. I feel like they should both retire, but I definitely know that the loser of this one is definitely is going to retire. I know for a fact, because actually they probably won't. In fact, they won't. I won't be surprised if they won't, you know, because
I think there's a rematch clause, you know. I think there's a rematch clause.
There is. I think you're right, you know. I think there is. I think you're right.
I don't know what the circumstances or the stipulations are around that rematch clause, but I think there is one. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And I still expect this to do good numbers, you know, because of the fact that they're both. It's because of how historic the rivalry is. For years, we've all wanted this, and even though they're both well over the hill now, it's one of those ones where it's better late than never. If you get what I mean. And I guess that applies to this fight. It is better late than never.
They're both extremely washed.
So washed. Beyond washed, bro. Beyond washed. But it's better late than never. It's here now. I do know this, though, that the shame for the loser is going to be so much, because they both really want this. They both do. I can tell they would hate to lose to each other. The shame for one of them is going to be so peak. It's going to be so peak that they'll hate it.
I promise you, there's not going to be no hugging and shaking after this fight.
You know what? I think there will be, no?
I don't think so.
Do you reckon? It's that?
No,
I reckon they might.
That. I reckon the loser. Nah, they're gonna be that. Especially if it's controversial, bro.
No, if it's controversial, no. But I think if it's close fight or whatever, there might be a little handshake. Maybe not like a big hug or whatever, like a little handshake or a little spud, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Who do you think's gonna win this one?
I want Brook to win. I don't know.
If you want, but who do you think's gonna win?
I can't say. How can I say? Two Wash guys who haven't fought since.
That's it. I'm gonna say it. I reckon Brook's gonna get him. I feel like Brook. Yeah, but I feel like Brook wants it more. You know, I feel like he's the one with the bigger chip on his shoulder.
But I will say, Khan's been in in Bomack's camp with Terence Crawford.
Yeah,
that's a good camp to be in.
It is a good camp to be in. Don't matter though.
He shows that he's hungry though. He's away from his family. He's out there. Yeah, training with a top trainer.
Mm.
But of course he wants. They both want it. They both want it. I'm just looking at 2000s. I look at the shape Kel's in. Kel's always in great shape, to be fair, for his fights. He's always like looking stacked and whatnot. They both want it. It's just a case of who can execute on the night. I just feel like maybe if Kel, like I said, they are both washed. I don't even know. Like they both now got suspect chins. Before it was calm with the suspect chin, but now Brook is getting hurt by jabs. So both of them finished. I mean, Khan's was never there, but Brooks are surprising. When Crawford tapped him with a jab and had him shaking, I said, "Yo, yeah." But you got deep. Like, Brook's been stabbed. Both eye sockets broken.
Yeah, he's been in the trenches.
He's taken a lot of punishment.
A lot of wear and tear on Brook, 100%.
And Khan's eating that canvas many a time. I mean, he's been touching that canvas. He's got night several times.
This really is battle of the wash, you know. Battle of the wash. Loser goes home. Loser retires match.
I'm calling this going to be hella knockdowns.
What, like Boracic Cepeda, yeah? 8 knockdowns, 4 knockdowns apiece. I won't lie. I need that. You know, 4 apiece. Give me that right now.
We've seen Khan going out for. He quit against Crawford after
he did.
The
he quit. He claimed he didn't quit. You know, he claimed he wasn't. But yeah, he tried to style out, but you quit, bro. The guy asked you, "Do you want to continue?" He shook his head.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it. The gloves are off drops at some point, I believe. So by the time this airs, the gloves are off will be out. Yeah. So I'm tuning into that.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I was against it earlier, but I want to see it.
I reckon we're going to see like this fight might even be more entertaining than the Eubank Williams fight, you know. It might be, because I reckon there's going to be a little tussle in there as well. I reckon they'll grip each other up
after the bell.
They'll be after. I reckon there's going to be a tussling after the bell shots. They'll both like rush each other to the ground. Like I'm trying to see all of that.
They're going to be talking to each other. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's gonna be. I think it might be as funny as the Eubank Williams fight still, and I'm gonna be here for it. I'm gonna crease.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one now.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said before, I want to say it again. The loser of this fight. This ain't to say who's the better fighter in their prime. No way does this decide who's the better fighter.
It's just pure bragging rights, isn't it?
Yeah, this is just pure bragging rights. This is just pure ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame we didn't get in their primes because that would have determined it. But they're both finished. They're both washed.
Yeah, so at least it's still a level playing field. They're both washed. You get me? It would be peak if like one was still semi decent, the other was washed. But at least they're both now the same level, both crap. So yeah, well not crap, but washed. Yeah, man, we'll see. But yeah, I reckon Brook will get it still. I reckon his time will get it, but it can literally go either way. Who knows with this one? They're both brand new. By Flowz's rules, so who knows? To be fair, Kam was out last year in Dubai. Billy Dib.
Who's that? YouTuber.
How much did he get for that? He got like 10 mil for that, right? Something like that.
He's lying. Yeah, I don't believe it. Like 10 mil. He said a couple of mil though. I know. Yeah.
He said it was a good amount, because Brook was reckoning for it, and then Kam was like, I made like 5 mil from it, so you can't really reckon it, can you?
And Brook's last night was Crawford, right? That was would have been 2020 or 2021.
Yeah, let me confirm that.
And he was doing well in that fight.
He was doing great. I thought, Kel might be back, and then out of nowhere, boom. I thought fair. Yeah, it was Crawford, November 2020. Boy, what a long layoff. Boy. Yeah, we'll see who rolls it back, or if they both knock each other out. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, we'll see what I go on for it. But yeah, I'm expecting to be thoroughly entertained this weekend by that for sure. I look forward to it in that case. Apart from that, before we round up, there's just to mention listeners as well. There's a couple other fights going on the weekend as well. If you want to pay, what's his name? Jaime Munguia is fighting.
All right,
on the zone against Demetrius Ballard, some undefeated American. That might be decent, I don't know. But also Jorge Linares is back in action as well against Zaul Abdulayev. I've heard of that Abdulayev guy before, actually. I think he's all right. I'm not too sure. But yeah. But for me, I'm only focused on Kam versus Brook, to be honest.
Yeah.
Who's on the undercard? Do you know?
Jonas is fighting for a world title.
Okay. I'll make sure I tune in for her. Yeah.
Who else is there? I think that's the chief support. Who else is there?
Hang on, I'll get it up now, bro. I'll get it up now.
I think it seemed like an all-right card. It's a Sky card.
Is it not? It's not Matchroom, is it?
No, it's Boxer.
Oh, what's that? Okay, got Kam versus Brook. Oh, because it's Sky Box Office, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't really see the card info.
Jonas has moved up to fight for a world title.
Okay, I've got it here. Yeah, Jonas versus Chris Namus for WBO World Super Welterweight title.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Schofield against Jermaine Brown. Brad Rhea versus Craig McCarthy. Fraser Clark versus someone. Vidal Riley's on the card.
I'll tune in to see him.
But
no appointed name, I'm sure.
Yeah. Sorry, what you said?
Vidal doesn't have an appointment, or does he?
He does. Wilberforce Shihepo.
I think we'll search his brother's records, but it's just good to see Vidal Riley out.
I've got it up. 39 years old from Namibia. 25 wins, 13 losses.
Not bad.
Yeah, 18 KOs.
Oh, his man's 40 though.
Yeah, I know they got no footage. Actually, no, he fought Callum Johnson in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even remember my man then.
Manchester Arena. Yeah, he fought Callum Jones in 2016. I'm just trying to find the other opponents
that's a good fight then.
It might be a bit too good, but we'll see. And he fought Arthur Abraham as well. This guy in Germany in 2013.
Okay, I've got his thing up now. He fought Isaac Chilemba, beat him before.
Yeah,
this guy's fought people.
Yeah,
this ain't a soup can then. Okay, that's a great test. That should be a great test. But once again, my man's 40 now, so
yeah. I think when was his last fight before this? Yeah, okay, he last fought in 2021, so he's fairly active.
I've been out of fought since like 2017 or something.
I was going to say, yeah, this could be a techie one, but I know you're a big fan of Vidal. You believe in his ability and whatnot. So hopefully he has a good showing.
I need to see it once again. Remember
once
what
again,
I said?
he's brand new. That's what we're ending today on. Like, once again, this is one of Flow's commandments. If you ain't fought in longer than 6 months, you brand new. But yeah, man, episode 77 of the SZN Podcast. I've been your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And make sure to check us out on all the streaming platforms. Peace.
Get a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.